Uh, Ghost hunting equipment. It is kind of a weird topic, and a lot of people are always wondering what they want and what they should get. And I'm gonna be explaining some equipment you should get and some equipment that you can like make yourself, like DIY kind of things. And if you're new here, my name is Arthur. This is Unnatural Occurrences, and I'm excited to get into today's video. So let's just get on with it. One super important part of ghost hunting and being out in the dark is light. Now, light is one of those things that you need when it's dark, right? But what should you use? Do you use lanterns, flashlights, your phone flashlight? Like what light should you use? Well, for my recommendation, flashlights work great. Flashlights are cool because the thing about flashlights is the light isn't at a super wide angle. It's not a 360 light view, So that makes it a little more scary as you're ghost hunting. Now, if you want effectiveness and less scariness, then I would go with lanterns. And let me show you some examples. Okay, so here are some lanterns. Super basic. They're these like pop-out camp lanterns. I recommend having a good set of those. And I also recommend having a nice headlamp that can cover a lot of area. Something like that. Lighting is essential, but it's not very thought of when it comes to ghost hunting equipment. Next up is, equipment, like a camera. Cameras are essential. Now this one, not a good camera, but it does have infrared, so it has night vision to some extent. But yeah, cameras, very helpful. Now you're gonna need a lot of cameras and gear like that, whether it's for the content creating of the video itself, if you're even recording your ghost investigation, or just something like this, where you can see ghost orbs like you do in Phasmophobia. Something like that. Something to help you identify ghosts, their locations. And that's kind of the whole purpose of ghost hunting, is having all the equipment to help you. Next up on the list is communication. Alright, communication. Walkie-talkies. Super duper important, especially for teams going to be separating over different areas. It's really essential to have a walkie-talkie to be able to communicate with each other, and sometimes even ghosts. Speaking of communicating with ghosts, you're probably going to want a directional microphone. This is like a $20 microphone off of Amazon. Nice, it actually plugs into the camera. And we would just plug into the side port here to get you directional audio. Now for this like DIY thing, you can actually take this and hook it up to a headphone. Now, I'm going to make sure that your headphone has that port and not a wire directly connected. So then all you have to do is plug in directly into your headphones, and you could get directional audio from wherever you point this. And that is super, super, super helpful for identifying where the ghost is. So let's move on. This next piece of equipment is kind of underrated, but it should be used a little more. A compass. Guys, we all know how a compass works, okay? And we all know an EMF reader, our electromagnetic field meter, is measured with an EMF reader and can be directional with one of these, okay? Compasses can be very helpful, not only in if you get separated and need to find your way back, or using cardinal directions. Not only that, but it's also good for identifying weird activity. If your compass gets screwed up while you're in the ghost room, that is terrifying. I recommend just having one of these on you when you're ghost hunting. Next piece of equipment is a book. A good old journal, okay? And a pencil. Now, you're probably like, why do you need this? Well, one reason is logging information. Logging things like people's locations or evidence that you found with the ghost that you want to mark down and keep forever, and in case a video gets deleted, and you just need information. Another reason. In the game Phasmophobia, you have this thing called the ghost writing book, and it is a way for the ghost to communicate with you because it'll literally write in the book. This is super cool. You can leave the book open with the pencil, and the ghost could literally pick up the pencil and write. And that would be such a cool experience. I mean, it's not super likely, especially with what we have and a lot of people against ghosts. A lot of people don't believe ghosts. I personally believe ghosts, but not as a lot of people understand, and I don't want to have to go into that. But yes, in short answer, generally, I believe in ghosts. So does the rest of our team, and that's why we do this, and we have a lot of fun doing it. And yes, the ghost writing book is very useful, so please get it. I keep slapping this thing. I'm not sure if you've seen one of our older videos, but you probably want a spirit box, right? Now, we don't have a spirit box right now. We didn't buy one yet. We're going to in the future. But you can really, for Christmas, I had gotten this little radio kit by Voger Time. It was just, I like soldered it together. It was fun at the moment. And I realized it worked great as a spirit box. I mean, it's manual, it doesn't work. And I mean, it's FM AM, so you could just be picking up radio signals. But I think it's a really cool and a fun way to simulate a spirit box. And this has been surprisingly helpful. So get your hands on some form of radio, or better yet, a spirit box. You guys remember when you were younger and you had this, like, that one toy that, like, had all the lightning bolts coming out from the center and you could touch it and it'd, like, glow and stuff? If you don't know what I'm talking about this thing. You know, this is where the lightning bolts would come and you'd grab it and it would make cool patterns. This isn't really ghost hunting equipment, but I think if you use this one, I really think this could definitely be helpful, because you set this up in the ghost room. Some ghosts, you know, depending on of the deceased member who is the ghost, there's a lot of different ways you can they can touch this, interact with it. It's just a fun way to stimulate the ghost, stimulate everything, make your investigation more fun. I recommend having something like this, where the ghost can interact with and that you can have fun with. Back to our topic of cameras, I recommend having a GoPro or something, and even like a case like this, a waterproof case or a protective case along with it. I know that was kind of a short one, but yes, it's very important that you have protective stuff for your cases. And yeah, as you guys have most likely seen in a previous video, I started creating my own ghost hunting equipment paranormal device thingy. Okay, so I started 3D printing some pieces, like this ultrasonic sensor holder and this temperature probe unit, in order to create a paranormal device. Now, there's a lot of electronics that are going to go into this. And when I mean a lot, I mean a lot. And a lot. A lot. Okay, that was probably a little over-exaggerated. But yes, I'm not super excited for the electronics, but it'll be a cool learning experience. Well, there you go. That's some basic ghost hunting equipment I really recommend. And yeah, you know, kind of headphones and lightings and ghost writing books and cameras and microphones, pencils and all of this. Essential things that will help you get started with ghost hunting. And I even recommend, if you want to take a little step further, build your own, which hopefully I'll be able to do soon. But I've been doing a lot of research, and it's been quite the struggle. It's going to take a really long time. So please support me and help me get there by subscribing, liking this video. And I'm sorry if I'm not going to be able to get this within the next little while, but I'll try my best to get this project done. I'll see you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later.